Morning, everybody. Gonna do a quick show this morning. Hopefully, Ashley will be awake today. No, she's here. Let me put the link in the chat, and we will get rolling here. Crazy stuff. Crazy. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. That's one of the. It ain't fair. There we are. It's on. That's one of those deals where, right off the jump, when you were a little kid, you knew you weren't you weren't gonna play baseball, football, basketball, and stuff with the girls because it ain't fair, and everybody knew that. And now they're telling us it ain't fair to let the guy compete against the girls. They do. It's crazy. They're telling us it ain't fair. He or she should get to participate. She's just an athlete. She just wants to participate. Whatever. I don't know how. Even if you are transgender, homosexual, and all that, what fun would it be to compete against the girls and blow them out? That's no fun. That's a lot of fun when you do it to guys because it's fair. But because I was reading a deal, I was watching a video last night, and they said up in, I want to say Vermont, girls volleyball team, they let a guy on there, and the first day he comes in, walking into the girls' locker room, and the girls are getting changed, and several girls go, "Excuse me, hello, we're changing. What are you doing?" He's like, "I can be in here. I'm on the team." And everybody's like, "What?" And so they went and told their coach and everything. And one of the girls' dad actually is a girls' soccer coach there at the school. Well, he commented back to somebody on Facebook about he doesn't want boys in the locker room with his daughter, and that he might do something if this doesn't change. And it was I think they said it wasn't even 24 hours. He got suspended and not for saying what he said. He got suspended because in his Facebook post to the tranny's mom, he misgendered him. Said he. Yeah. The principal suspended him for misgendering the kid on Facebook. So, what do you do? But the good news is they sued the school district and they won. Yeah. But this diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff, this DI program, I was at the bank yesterday, and as I walked in, I had a sticker on the door about the Juneteenth celebration coming up. Good morning, Sunshine.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning. Oh, finer and frog here. What about you?
I'm living the dream.
Yeah, living the dream. I'll tell you. You seem
Literally.
Yeah, what kind of dream you living?
I don't know.
Is it
It's
a
a
good
dream.
one or is it a nightmare?
It's a dream. I don't know yet. It ain't over. I don't know what to categorize it just yet.
Yeah,
Chaotic, manic comedy.
chaotic manic comedy. Okay, all right, we could go with that title.
More chaos than anything.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What's up? So how's life treating you? What you been doing?
Nothing.
Ah!
Nothing. As little as possible. Oh, as little as possible. I shit you not. No,
Said I done my time.
no,
I have done my time,
I,
and now I don't have to do nothing.
that's right. Let's see. I put the little swimming pool up last week,
Okay.
so Kathy can go dip her butt after work.
Eh.
She's not hard to please, just so she can float in the pool up to about here.
That's right.
We bought one of them little kiddie pools. Not the
Oh,
little one, the kind of bigger one that's round with the little donut blow up ring on the top.
that's about what I've seen.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
oh, got it set up
She,
for her. You
she
get
liked.
into
She came home with it. Hi guys, swimming pool. Will you put it up?
it.
Hey.
She came home with it.
Yeah, she's been in it twice.
She
Yeah.
knew. She knew. Well, how long have you had it?
3 weeks.
Well, give her time.
Give her time. At that pace, she'll be in it 6 times the rest of the year.
Then you better start using it for dog bath.
And you know those things aren't that big, right? So
No.
we got a little cover for it to keep the junk out of it. Well, yesterday I got there and the top's on. I'm like, pull this top off, and I stepped in it, and about that much of the water was boiling hot. Ow! It was burning my legs. I was like, ah! Just the top part of the water because it had that cover on it. That dark blue. I mean, it was burning me. I was like, whoa, 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 stirring water up as fast as I could. It was cold down. It was
You got you a hot tub.
It was hot. I don't just mean the difference in temperature. Hey, it's warmer, colder, colder. No, it was hot. Cold. I told Alex that she was going to go get in it, and I said, be careful, that top layer is hot. Later on, I saw her in the house and said, was that shit hot or what? She goes, that was hot. Yeah, that's hot, Dad. She's like, man, I thought you were just, yeah, he's stupid. No, it's hot.
She thought you were exaggerating.
I thought I was, yeah, he's stupid. He's hot.
Man, you go get 3rd-degree burns. Just put your toe in.
Haven't you done that with the water hose in summer before? You turn it on, and man, that first minute and a half or two is just cold and hot water.
Yeah.
Kathy, I had to remind her when she go out there to water the plants, and as soon as she turned on, I'm like, nah, whoa, but decide that's hot water. And she's like, what? Oh, it is. I'm like, remember, that hose has been laying out in the sun all day. She always just picks it up and starts squirting. I'm like, you're going to burn up them plants, girl.
What do you do?
What do you do with kids? I mean, husbands
What
and wives.
do you do with kids? I hate Tommy.
Yeah, we got our cucumbers and our tomatoes and some onions growing.
Yeah.
We're producing.
Oh, that's good. What kind of onions? The green onions or big onions?
We planted like 6 different kinds. She bought a multi-pack of onions that's got yellow, red, all kinds. Yeah.
Yeah, I love the red ones. They're my favorite. Purple. I call them purple. They ain't freaking red. I don't know what they're trying to do to our brain.
Right.
But yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Jason's got zucchini growing, and he's been in the mornings taking from the male and putting in the female with the Q-tip. And we haven't had any like get the black spots on them yet or nothing, like, because he's been doing that this year.
Huh?
Yeah, we got lettuce and supposed to be having acorn squash, another type of squash, and some snap peas, and I think that's about what we got going right now.
Right.
Fenugreek and chicory root. I got that growing in my herbs. I made a new bug thing yesterday,
A
and I
new
really
bug
hope it
thing.
works. Well, a new bug repellent. My bad. My bad. I used beeswax for the first time yesterday, like working with it, and man, I'll tell you that stuff. You better already have your hot water ready to flip and clean that stuff out as soon as it gets done, or you ain't getting it off. But
Yeah.
it was so weird; it would stick to everything else, but on my skin, I was rubbing it, and it didn't stick to my it absorbs into my skin. It was so weird. That stuff is so weird, but
Right.
it works well. It's awesome. Yeah. But I hope I don't die from this repellent that I've made. I
Indeed. I don't think you'll die from it unless you misuse it
because I
completely.
put wormwood in it. It's got wormwood root
Right.
or leaf. I think it's leaves. And then what was the other one that I added to it? Mugwort root and Labrador herb tea leaves. I got that from a man that lives out in the Canadian woods with his family, and they don't use electricity or nothing. And he swore up and down. And so I used it last year, the Labrador herb tea, with a few other ingredients. But it would work like if I was in a small area, the mosquitoes wouldn't get me. But if I got into a large area of mosquitoes, they would freaking just come at you.
Right.
So this year I've switched it up and put the wormwood in it. So that's what I'm saying, man. I've never worked with wormwood before. I don't know anything about it. They lie to us and tell us that wormwood's bad for us, but I'm hearing a lot of stuff about wormwood that it's actually good for you. So I'm really doing a 50-50 chance here.
Right. Yeah, but I think it's better than 50-50. You're better than
Yeah,
that.
right.
51-49. You know, you're on
Yeah,
top. 51-49.
yeah.
Yeah, speaking of like stuff like that, yesterday when I was in the bank, the girl I was doing business with, we just started talking, and she knew what she was wanting to learn about, but she didn't know what it was called and didn't know how to hunt it down. But she was wanting to know more about spagyrics.
What'd
You
you
know,
call me?
spagyrics. You're a spagyricer. You don't know what spagyrics is?
I never heard of it.
That's taking herbs and stuff and extracting out the its components and making it into tinctures and ointments and stuff. She was saying her kid, the doctor gave him antibiotics, and they didn't take them. She told him, "You're not going to take these," and he's like, "Well, why wouldn't I take these? The doctor gave them to me." And she explained to him. She said, like 11, 12 years old, she's explaining to him that, hey, you know what antibiotics actually do? They kill everything, and you don't need that. You're too young. She said, so my mom and my grandma know a bunch of, home remedy type stuff. And she started talking about that. You can use dandelions and you can use, all this. And I said, yeah, that's called spagyrics. And I told her I had an extractor. I know how to do it. It's called a Soxhlet extractor. And you can do it yourself. And she was just wide eyed going, really? I was, yes. She writing everything down, spagyrics extractor. She was all fired up, man. She's gonna go learn how to make them on her own. I told her, I said, "You can make it. I've done it. I'm no genius. You can do it."
That's right. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to I've got two different things. Like I did this that I did the yesterday. I'd let that sit, the herbs in safflower oil on the stove on like this metal thing to where it keeps it from having real good heat on it. And I left it for 3 days. Like I'd turn it off if I left for work, and I would turn it back on when I came home. And I left it for 3 days, and then I finally put it in the beeswax. But I have another jar that, because I looked it up, and it was saying that it was best that if you let the herbs soak in the safflower oil before you cook it. and let them soak for a month in there. So I have some soaking for a month, but I'm gonna see if what I made, these past few days, today will be the day I get to test it out, So I'm gonna test it out and see if it matters. If it matters, if I do it the one way or if I do it the other way. Now you said there's a machine or there's something that you can use to extract it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, for your extracts, yeah, it's a sock slit extractor. I've got one. It's a chemistry setup called a sock slit extractor, and I did extracts for quite a while. Yeah.
Chemistry.
I just since we moved out here, it's all right over there in that box. I know right where it is. Hey Jay.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Do y'all need a minute?
What's that?
Do y'all need a minute?
Oh no, I was just kissing her goodbye. I gotta go.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, everybody's got their ritual. I don't want to get in the middle of it.
You're
Man,
involved this morning.
That was
Tommy.
the extent of our public display of affection right there. That's how it goes.
That's me and Kathy's ritual. See ya.
What were you thinking?
In the yard when I was mowing.
Okay.
What is it?
It's a lug nut, baby.
I know, but where'd it come from?
Well, I'm hoping it didn't come from my truck. That's why.
Those hold on tires.
Yeah. Right.
When you
All
find
right, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. I gotta get out of here.
later.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of lug nuts, that lug nut Allen, you don't want to be like him. When we first got out here to Orange, he took off driving and got lost over into Louisiana. Calls me up, says, "Man, I need help." And 3 of his 5 lug nuts had sheared off. The fucking bolts had sheared off of one of his rims, and he had 2 lugs left on that motherfucker.
Motor.
He calls me up going, yeah, I got a problem here with the tire and stuff. And he says, I said, well, what do you need? He goes, I think I just need some lug nuts. These lug nuts came off. And so I went over to my neighbor who's got a big old shop and stuff, and he had a big old deal of lug nuts. He just handed it to me. He said, just take it with you, see if you need them. I get there. There's no fucking bolts to put lugs on. They're gone.
I'm telling you, he got him out.
How long have you been driving with only 2 lug nuts on that thing?
What?
I'm telling you. It was crazy. I was like, dude,
Oh, Allie.
what the hell?
Made it all the way to Louisiana. Oh, nothing.
It's my oil. My cannabis oil.
What is that? A glass?
No, just a little plastic. Oh, this is just a bottle of cannabis oil. I've told you about it before.
Yeah, no. Oh, I was talking about what you had. What are you chewing on plastic? What you chewing on plastic for? It ain't a toothpick.
That's a syringe.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Are you fine?
No, actually, I'm not yet. But thanks for asking.
Okay, just checking.
I'm fixing to be. That's probably the problem.
Right-minded.
Right-minded. I know.
Man.
I got some couch potato stuff, man. This stuff will knock you on your socks if you smoke too much of it, I'll tell you.
I don't like those.
Yeah. I know. I like a sativa. It's an indica.
Yeah, talk about frustration. Back in December, I took my truck to an auto body shop to get it painted. Yeah, I talked to the guy yesterday. And he had called me last week, did a FaceTime and stuff. He said my hinge on my driver's side door, where one of the hinges was rusted. And it was making the door bounce and everything. And he's like, man, he says, we can try and weld that up and fix it or just buy a new door. And he sent me a link to get a new door. And I was like, well, you're the guy. What do you think's best? Is it best to weld that up? Will that be fine, or we need a new door? No, I need a new door. So okay. I said, find one and order it. He says, all right. Couple of days go by, I text him, did you order that door? No, I hadn't ordered it yet. I'm like, what's going on? He calls me up and he's like, yeah, man, I'm going to get your truck done. He says, but I'm moving to Houston here in a couple of months. And I said, dude, you got to get my truck done. Oh, I will. I said, man, don't you roll up on me going, dude, you got to come get your truck. I can't finish it. And hand me a truck half-assed done. Oh, no, I won't do that. So I talked to him yesterday. I'm like, did you order the door? And he's like, no, I ain't got the funds to order the door. And I was like, what the fuck? He sent me a link. I had to go online, order my own door. So got me a door coming. But it said on the little receipt, won't ship till August the 7th. And I'm like, good Lord. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind over this. I'm just like, dude. And
he's had your truck for, I mean, I counted it, five, almost 6 months, right?
Going on 7. He got it before Christmas.
Right. That's a long time to be having somebody's truck.
Yeah.
Are you the only customer, or does he have more customers?
No, he claimed. Now, this was a good story, and I can't dispute it, but he claimed that his landlord, who he rents from, has the option anytime he wants. If he needs something done, he can bring a vehicle in, and he puts it at the front of the line and does the vehicle for him, because then he gives him off on his rent, right? Take off on your rent, you take care of my stuff. Well, a couple of weeks into having my truck in there, he says the guy brings him a dadgum 18-wheeler and wants him to repaint it. And this takes him well over a month or more. And I'm like, okay, so you're back behind a month. Well, it's way more than a month now. Oh, how many times he's texting me going, yeah, man, my helper didn't show up, so I'm by myself, but I'm going to get to your truck. And fuck. Sends me a picture, and here's the cab and the frame, and the bed's over here on another deal. And he's like, I'm working on it. It's freaking 2 different spots.
Right. He's got the truck tore apart now. He's not, I mean, what? Where'd you find this guy, Tommy? I mean, he had to have been a friend or something.
Across the street, he painted some stuff for him, and I've seen his work. And my neighbor down the street, he's done a bunch for him. My neighbor down the street restores classic cars all the time. So he's done tons for him. And then he gets to me. It ain't fair. It
ain't fair. There's the title.
But this stuff happens to me all the time. I get people to do work for me, and they won't do their job. They won't do it. For whatever reason, they're just like, yeah, I'll take your work, but I'm not really going to do it that very good. I'm not going to treat you like I do everybody else. You know.
Maybe the Lord's trying to teach you, humility and patience.
I have so much patience. I'm so patient. I get mad at myself.
I'm so patient. I get mad at myself.
I do. I get impatient with myself being so damn patient.
And you're sure you're patient during the patienting time? You're sure?
Always. I'm pretty good. I don't lose my stuff on people. Yeah. I'm going to be a little sarcastic to you and condescending, but I ain't going to cut loose on you.
Yeah, yeah.
But I did dive into my banker yesterday about you guys with your diversity, equity, inclusion, all that crap. Y'all are going to lose me as a customer. Y'all keep this crap up. And they're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just do it. And I said, it's all BlackRock. Have you seen the video with the CEO of BlackRock talking about how sometimes you just have to force policy on people? You just have to force it. You know, change isn't easy. People don't like change. So you have to force it. And with the diversity, equity, and inclusion, they're going to force it on people. You want to have
That's what the CEO of BlackRock said. We got to force it on them.
Yeah, he said straight up at this big meeting. He's telling people straight up. Almost, he should have just went ahead and said, look, people are stupid and they don't know what's best for them. So we're going to implement these diversity, equity, and inclusion policies to make sure that they follow good, humane policies that we've outlined for them, type of deal. It's sad. And somebody, BlackRock or conglomerate of, made up this entity that now goes around researching companies and giving them this equity score, this DEI score, and then they just show up and hand them this report and say, here's your diversity score. You're not doing very good.
Oh, unacceptable.
If you don't pick it up, we're going to put out this report on you and your stock's going to drop. I mean, they just brought this shit out of the woodwork all of their own makings, and just are forcing it on corporations. They're not even asking. They're just showing up going, we did a report on you and you're not good enough. And these companies are doing it. One guy I was watching, he was reading off list of people that had their scores done. And there was this Chinese mining company that had like a score of 87 out of 100. Almost, a damn near perfect, social justice score. And then Tesla has a 37. Yeah. A Chinese mining company is almost the perfect corporate entity as far as diversity, equity, and inclusion. But Tesla sucks. Tesla's no good. Yeah, it's
interesting. It's like he was oh man, I always try to look for the psyop, and it's like they boosted him up. They're gonna bring him down a little, and then I believe that he will boost up even more after that. They're gonna bring him down, and then he's gonna do something. He's gonna look like a hero, and he's changed the world, and they're gonna bring him back up.
Well, the excuse me, the old gal he just hired as his CEO comes from that whole world of BlackRock and George Soros and all that. She's a huge social.
Who, his mama?
His new CEO.
Who is new CEO? See, yeah, man. They're free. What are they doing? Why are they trying to make Elon Musk look bad for a second? Like, what's going on? What? They're using it as a distraction. There's some sort of distraction going on that they're flipping, going to put all the camera on Elon Musk and how horrible he runs his stuff. And then boom, like, dude.
Right. Well, they were arguing about, well, how much influence does the CEO will she have on the platform? And one guy argued that, he just brought her on because she's a advertising genius. She's been the top of the game in corporate advertising, and he needs up advertising. So that's why he brought her in. Advertising. She's really good at it, and he needs to make money. And these other guys are like, yeah, but she totally is in for the DEI stuff. She's totally in for this whole corporate social justice thing. Why would you hire her?
Right.
So everybody just says, we'll wait and see what she does.
Right. We'll give her a chance.
Right.
We'll give the snake a chance.
But that's what happens in all the industry. There's always just this group that are the so-called experts, and they just bounce from company to company, implementing these draconian measures and making their millions. You know,
Right.
I gotta find me a gig as a DEI expert. Go in and just start telling people how terrible they are because they ain't got enough minorities, they ain't got enough women, they ain't got enough trannies. You got to up your tranny quota here at Jimmy Bob's Plumbing Company.
Dude, let me tell you how flipping jacked up thing. I mean, like, right. It's just a hot mess. I got into a debate with a black guy. I don't mean to say that in any derogatory. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but I got into an argument the other day. Well, it wasn't really an argument. It was a debate. He was very honorable and respectful in listening to what I had to say, and he didn't get offended. I mean, he did, but he didn't. Like, it was so weird. So we started talking. This man believed that women should be in power. He wasn't gay. He wasn't like, but he and I was like, brother. I said, look, man. I said, women should not be in power. I was like, let the man do it. Let the man have all that. The woman, she can be the voice of reason. She can talk to her husband. I'm like, but women taking the power, you're gonna have nothing but cutthroat. You're gonna have nothing but dishonor. Men have a like. Women do not, especially today with the way people are being raised by these digital devices, women do not have an honor to another person. They are no respecter of person. It's all about me, me, me. It's vanity and me, me, me. And does everybody like me? Are they saying good things about me? What's going on? You know, that's what a woman does today. But that's being trained by the television and stuff. But I explained this, Pat. I was like, you know, in a relationship, he said, a man does not need to be the one over the household. And I was like, dude, I said, you know, I was like, if a man is doing the spiritual leader, like he is the spiritual leader, I'm like, if he is serving his lady and she's going to serve him back. If he honors her in the little things, she's going to honor him back. I'm like, women are like that. That's the way they flip and operate. You know, if they see that you're doing something to them, they're going to try to honor you back. but in a way they don't today because of the way women have been raised by the television, you know. And he's like, my mom, she's a very respectful woman. I love her so much. And he's like, and women, he said, a woman being in power is better than a man being in power, because a woman is going to be able to have the heart into it. And I said, no, the woman going to put the emotion in it. I was like, and I said, that's not putting your heart into it. That's allowing emotion to come in, and then offense comes in. I said, that's not the way things need to be run at all, you know. And it was stunning. It was stunning to hear this guy like totally like full force. A woman needs to be in power.
Right.
A women, and I asked him. I finally got. I said, man. I said, you know, what's your anger toward men? Why do you have such a discord toward men? And he was like, well, I'm not angry with men. And I was like, but you are. I said, pretty much what we've stood here and talked about is your hate toward men.
You want to displace them out of their godly place.
Yeah.
And women. What are you mad at?
Right. Yeah. But it stunned me. It stunned me that you know, one man that ain't gay, he loves women, he wants him a good wife. Like,
you got to realize during this whole time of indoctrination over this feminism stuff, the men have been sitting there hearing it too, and many of them fall for it. And I think the big problem today is that the devil's made it really easy to demonize motherhood and being a wife and glamorize being a slut and the lust. They associate lust and love, and they think, oh, if I'm having sex with him, I'm showing I love him. But if I'm cleaning the house and cooking, that's just servitude. I'm just a slave then. That's not love. This sex and partying with him, that's love. This over here, yeah, that's just punishment. Women shouldn't have to live like that. Yeah, they've been told that their whole lives. Lust is love. Paying attention to you because you're in a tight dress means they respect you. All that's been flipped on its head.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's just the opposite of what it should be.
It is the opposite of what it should be.
I was watching one of those podcast deals, these Christian guys, and they bring in these girls who all think they're 10s. They all have these radical feminist thoughts. And they're just so upset with this one guy because they posed the question, if your life depended on it, would you have sex with a transgender woman? And the guy's like, no, I wouldn't, because I'm not a homosexual. And having sex with a transgender woman, which is actually a biological man, would be homosexuality. And I wouldn't do that. And they just got so upset. Oh my God, I can't believe you're saying that. You're so violent. You're so mean. You're so evil. All this just lost their minds over him going, I ain't gay. I'm not gay. And they're going, it's a woman. What is wrong with you? He goes, no, it's not. It's not. You can say it all you want. I'm not going to do it. It's just not happening. And they're just so programmed and indoctrinated. They're beside themselves with this guy. They can't believe he's so intolerant and so ignorant. And he's like, are you hearing yourselves? You're saying a straight heterosexual male is wrong, flawed, evil, all that, because he refuses to have homosexual sex. It's a woman. And they're like, he's like, there's no vagina. I only have sex with a vagina. Nothing else. That's it. Oh, see how you are. And he's just like, oh, these people are the worst.
Right.
The worst. There's no reasoning with them at all.
Unhinged.
They just fall back onto the feelings thing, like you said. You don't know what it's like to feel like a woman in a man's body. Did you ever notice something? So far in all this trans talk, there hasn't been a single example where a woman transitioned to a man and tried to get into their sports or anything of theirs. It's only been men to women. Think about
what they've shown. Right. I'm sure there has been, but what they've shown on the news.
Looking,
and
it's not happening.
You've been looking?
People have been looking. Lots of people have been
looking for a man on the
a woman transitioned to a man that's insisting on joining men's leagues of any kind. I don't care if it's bowling, darts, golf. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All men to women.
That is interesting. Yeah, man. So it really shows that the main agenda is the pushing the sacred feminist movement.
Yeah.
This female overpowering, because it doesn't matter if a man turns to, if a woman turns to a man.
But if it was such an equity thing, you would see it on both sides. You would see girls who are they're boys really, and they're killing the girls. They're just so good. They're going to transition and go to the boys. They're actually a boy. They got all the earmarks of a boy. Got to transition, got to go play with the men. It doesn't happen. But these dudes that get their butts kicked week after week, year after year, go, I'm going to just go kick on the girls' asses for a while. I can do that. There's been enough idiots out there paved the way. I'm going to do it. Then that whole Vermont thing I was watching, their whole policy at that school, man, it is nothing but diversity, equity, and inclusion. That's it. That thing hammers it home. And all these policies have clauses in them, like this girl. Her punishment was she was going to be suspended for 2 days. And when she got back to school, she was going to have to go to diversity and equity training. And then she was going to have to write an essay about what she learned. And if they felt like she wasn't getting the point, if she didn't learn her lesson in this essay, she's going to have 5 more days suspended. If whoever the diversity coordinator is takes her essay and reads it and goes, you don't get it, 5 more days of suspension and write another essay. It's all about reprogramming, indoctrination, re-education camps. Remember, they've talked about re-education camps for us Christian conservatives for a long time. Mm-hmm. The left has said that many times, re-education camps for the conservative mind.
Conservative. Define conservative.
Christian conservative. Traditional, we go with nature. If it's outside of nature's plan, it's an abomination. You know?
Right. No, that's true. That's true. Dude, I'm working with a woman that freaking, I'm so ready for this painting job to be over. Oh my gosh, it's taking so long. But dude, this woman, she had 2 sons. She gave birth to 2 sons. Both of her sons are in their 20s now, and they are 20s and 30s, and they've transitioned to a woman. Now, it's been an absolute challenge in working with this woman, but the one thing that has definitely shook me up over the whole, like, whatever, when she says her daughter, I say son, you know, after it, because like every time, like when she tells me, but they have adopted a little boy.
No.
Ow!
No.
Oh my God.
Bad news. Bad news.
Right. 2 men that have married. They got married. And then a month after they got married, they went to the courthouse and they were able to get this little boy that's 3 months old.
That's sad.
It is like, I've been blown away, you know, that they even allowed it to happen. I prayed when she was saying it. I was praying in my mind for the Lord to stop that judge from letting it happen.
The devil runs the courts. The devil runs everything. He's running everything.
I just don't know.
I remember back in the late 70s and 80s when they were pushing so hard for the gay rights and stuff. And that was one of the things about the whole situation was, there's no way we can let them adopt children, because they will groom those children. We just can't take that chance. And that was a huge part of the conversation. And we lost that. We lost that battle big time. You know, we lost that one. You've seen the stories of the gay couples who have adopted kids and molested them and pimped them out, and it's just gross. They're sick people, man. They're sick. I don't know. All this stuff, like on that video, there was a tranny on there, and the Christian said, well, it's a choice. Oh, no, it's not a choice. It's not a choice. You know, I was born this way. And he goes, but you chose to take hormone blockers. You choose to dress like a woman. You choose to put on makeup. You choose, you know, to try and present yourself as a female when you're not. These are all choices. You don't have to do any of this. You're making the choice. Oh, I do to be happy. I have to. And it's just like,
to be happy. Are you really happy?
That's right. He was like, really? Is that the formula for happiness? And makeup and clothes, and now I'm happy? That makes no sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I've talked to Lanita, because I'm very discreet on certain things, but I've talked to her about the changing of the appearance. I'm like, you or anyone else around me are absolutely beautiful without makeup. You were born, you were given, the body and the face that you have. Yeah, a lot of our bodies are jacked up from what we eat, what we consume, what we drink, what we allow into our body. But at this point, this is the face that we have, and so you were given that face, and you don't need anything to change your appearance. When I see ones with makeup on now, I don't look at them and think, oh, they're absolutely beautiful.
Right.
I wonder to myself, what's going on with them to make them want to change themselves so deeply, because it's a painting yourself. You are an art, you are a painting. And when you start doing adding the paint, then you're trying to change what the Lord created. But that even goes with, I wear a bandana when I go to work. I don't have to do two braids in my hair. I don't have to dress the way I do, wear a vest with absolutely anything that I'm wearing. I don't have to do those. I choose to do those things. Does it make me happy? Well, I'd say I'm pretty all right if all that's working out for me that day. But I can sit here on the screen with you in my jammies, my hair flipping. There's no telling what's going on back here because I got to take a shower, and it doesn't matter because I'm the same person that I am when I go and get myself dressed for the day. What there's a difference also with this changing the appearance thing, is they can't. I remember my mama, my when I was growing up, my mom was all about her makeup and all about her doing her hair and flipping, rolling it. She was all about putting the nice clothes on, even if it was just a pair of jeans and she wore a nice shirt.
Right.
But Mama was always dolling herself up. And man, I'll tell you, she couldn't go to the store just to go down the road to the store without putting some eyeliner on, a little blush, making sure her hair was in the right spot. She could not do it, and I'm like, man, what is that? And I see that in a lot of people now, like a lot. That they cannot leave the house without making sure that they got everything on that they always wear and their face changed.
Oh yeah. They've been so programmed. It's just appalling. They can't imagine go out in public without their face on. How many times have you heard a woman say that? I've got to go put my face on. Right?
Oh yeah, I gotta go put my face on. That's it. No doubt. I gotta put my eyes on. I gotta put my cheek.
Yeah. But y'all been so indoctrinated, women have. Y'all been told so many lies. So many girls have tried and failed, to be the masculine they were told they could be. Oh, it's devastating. That's gotta be devastating. When you're told your whole life, no, you can do it because you're held back by men. It's all men's fault, and you just completely segregate from men, and that's got to be a lonely world. Like I was saying, these girls on that podcast are saying, we just need to get rid of men. We're done with men. And one of the sane women on there goes, okay, fine. Tomorrow, all the men are gone. Do you realize that within 3 days, the power grid is down? We don't have any water. We don't have any plumbing. We don't have any electricity. No more food's coming to the grocery stores. Society dies without men. And they're like, what? Oh, no. She's all, how many women do you know that work and know how to run the power grid? How many women do you know that know how to do the farming, the harvesting, the shipping, and, all that of the food? How many? Not enough. There ain't enough. There's no way. We'd be done for.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Most of the police are gone. Oh, I watched this one deal about this guy. He had checked into this program, this women's study program. And he says, basically, this women's studies program starts out by saying, hey, look, there was a civilization at one time that was women centric. Women controlled it. Men were secondary. They were like women today, and they ruled. And they don't tell us about this in history because they don't want to empower you. And they're just making this shit up, and women are buying it. They're making it completely up.
What if they are trying, what if that's, what part of the movement is about, to get more women into the jobs as well? There's a lot of there's a lot of factors in the agenda, but so what if this is one of them, to get women involved in all, working in power plants, working in construction jobs and whatnot.
Well, in their crazy ideological minds, that's what they want. They want a 50-50 split of men and women and everything, equal pay. That's socialism, right? They want equal socialism and stuff, equal misery across the board. What happens to each and every industry that they go 50-50 across the board on it? They all drop because statistics prove out that only the best, the top 5% of any group, run these industries. These bottom people, they're the helpers. They're not running it. So you take that top echelon and you mix it in with subpar just to meet a quota. What happens to your industry? You're not going to get all the tops because everybody knows in science, math, and all that, tops are the men. The top 10% are all men. So when you go to get engineers and you have to go 50-50 men, women, black, Hispanic, Asian, how good a company are you going to have?
So do you think that this the agenda that's happening, okay, since it's all men that are up there, and I believe that 100%, what do you think that would be the reason for men to try to push a female agenda?
Fear, money. Fear and money. Afraid of losing their money. Money. Whatever it takes to keep their job. They don't care. This ain't affecting them. That's the thing most people don't understand about the elites. There's that level and up. They don't care because it doesn't affect them. None of it affects them. Doesn't matter. Your taxes, inflation, all that doesn't affect them. They don't care. They can pay extra for that stuff. They've stolen enough of your money. Doesn't matter. They're not doing it for the better of the world. They're doing it for their betterment. Enriching themselves, empowering themselves, and control. They love control. It's just so sexy to them. The more control they got, the better they probably sleep.
Yeah, I could see.
It's upside down, like in the days of Noah. Hello, dear.
Told you I had a meeting. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She
You gonna get in that pool today?
if she gets home. She said she has an early meeting at 7:30.
Oh,
It's only 6:20.
what time does she have to be at work?
She's got a meeting at 7:30.
Right. So she has to be there at 7:30. What time? I mean, how long does it take her to get to work?
About 20-30 minutes.
All right, right. She got to get up, get herself going. Dude, I'd be up 2 hours before I go to work, and that ain't been working out at all here lately. And I've been feeling like a chicken with my head cut off, like, because I get home and I'm freaking exhausted because daggum chickens don't want to coop up till the sun goes down. The sun don't go down till 8:06, so they want to flip and waste the time of everybody's time, just hanging on to that last moment of lights. So I like it better in the wintertime when they go to bed when the sun goes down at 5 or 6.
Don't
That's what
hurt nature. Don't.
Well, I do love the sun, man. Oh my gosh, the sun has been kicking my butt, but
If you stress out your chickens, you'll have bad eggs.
I can't stress them out. They won't let me stress them out, honey. They do their own thing. I'm not kidding you. They got the and Shuffles. He won't let me do nothing. Like Shuffles, I have to I cannot ever turn my back on him. I don't care if I'm mowing the yard. You do not turn your back on this chicken because he will. This rooster will flip and come at you. But that's okay. I'll turn around and I'll just kick at him. I had a red dolly the other day, and I keep it beside me whenever I'm sitting out there watching the chickens because I like to watch them. I've only got 4 hens, a baby rooster. One of our chickens ended up being a rooster, little Shalom, and so he's the only one that survived. The other 3 chickens died. So I ain't got no more chicks, and so then we got the flipping hens and Shuffles. Shuffles is the flipping Shuffles. Oh, that rooster. So I've been trying to talk to him kindly whenever I coop him up. I'll go and shut the door real fast, and then I'll look through the little peephole that we've got. They've got 4 little holes, and I'll just talk to him. Well, he gets mad at me for talking to him, and I'm nice to him. Shuffles, you're a good rooster. You are so good. He starts pecking at his hens. And I'm like, do you stop that? So he'll turn his butt around. Well, I'll go to another hole. I go to each hole where I have to see his face. Can't
He's an
stand
anarchist. He's an anarchist.
He is. Jason says he tells the ladies, don't you go near them. One day they will cook you. They will kill you, and they will cook you.
That food is all a ploy. Fattening you up.
Yeah.
Right, guys. Well, girlfriend, I gotta get running.
Oh,
Get
right.
mama off to work, not school.
That's right.
She's still going to school.
Same
I think
indoctrination.
another year or 2, she'll have her doctorate.
Oh, bless her. Oh, Kathy, she's worked hard for it. Boom.
Oh my God! Every day I hear about it. I gotta work on a paper. Oh my God! Oh my God! Okay, dear. Then stop doing it. No, I'm not gonna stop. Then quit complaining. No, I'm not gonna do that either. What do I do?
Well, you love her. That's
Yeah.
what you do.
Well, it's good seeing you again.
All right. All right. Shalom, my little friends.
All right. Love you. Take care.
Love you too, brother.
Everybody, good discernment, good vibrations. Take care.